Good morning, and welcome to this week's edition of You Be the Judge. With me this morning is a friend and a local state legislator, Representative Mike Carroll from the 118th District, which encompasses part of Luzerne County and Monroe County. Mike, good morning, and thanks for joining us.
Good morning, Jerry.
I know that you were here when you first ran for the 118th seat to take over the position previously held by Representative Tighe, so I thought it was about time that we brought you back to let us know how things were going.
Thank you for the opportunity.
And how are things going?
Very well, thank you. It's a high honor to serve as a state representative. The opportunity provided to me by the voters of the district is a significant opportunity, and I consider the job serious and important. I do my best to represent the folks that are sending me to Harrisburg.
And this most recent election was your third election?
That's correct.
And your second re-election?
Right. So now I was sworn in early January to begin my third term, and I look forward to the two-year session.
And since you've been in Harrisburg, you really haven't been there sitting around watching things happen. You've been on some pretty important committees, the Transportation Committee, the Environmental Committee, Education Committee, and we're going to talk about each one of those individually, but how did you swing those deals?
Well, I was fortunate. For starters, I asked to serve on all three of those committees, Education, Transportation, and Energy. I consider to be committees that will consider serious policy matters during the course of this session, as they have during past sessions. And so my desire was to have a voice on a committee level on policies that will undoubtedly garner the attention of the General Assembly. It certainly seems to be a focus of the administration that was sworn in January as well. And so I think that we'll have serious subject matter to consider in all three committees.
Now, let me ask you this, Mike. In your last two terms before your re-election, you were on those committees in the majority. Are you back on those committees but now serving in the minority?
That's correct. The House Democrats are now in a minority position compared to my first two sessions as a result of the November election. And so that presents different opportunities and different challenges. But I will say that despite the fact that I'm in the minority on the committees and in the body as a whole, it's still, the position still provides an opportunity to make a difference, to have a voice on bills and legislation, and to influence the process in a significant way.
How do you think your role now is going to change from being in the majority to one being in the minority?
Well, there'll be subtle changes, and then the obvious challenge is that at the end of the day, the Republicans have gross numbers so that they can do what they want. So the real challenge for me is to try and garner even more support from members in the Republican Party. And I have been fortunate during my first 4 years to work very well with members of the Republican Party, both from northeastern Pennsylvania and from throughout the state. And so I have a very good feeling that that bipartisan work that we accomplished during the first 4 years will carry into the next two.
Now, let me ask you this. Prior to your even becoming a state representative, you had the great fortune of working with now State Senator John Udicek as his chief of staff. Do you think that helped you in any way both prepare you as a legislator and enable you to be someone who could talk across the aisle to your Republican colleagues?
Very much so. Senator Udicek is a good friend and a strong advocate for northeastern Pennsylvania, and he'll make a wonderful state senator, and I look forward to working with him. And that experience that I had working for John, combined with my other governmental experience with Governor Casey and with Congressman Kanjorski, really has set me on a course that gave me huge advantages compared to others that I was elected to serve with when I was first elected in 2006.
We are now going to take our first break, and when we come back, we're going to get into the meat of some of the substance of Representative Carroll's representation of the people from northeastern Pennsylvania here on You Be the Judge.